This is Ms. Todd Parrish here. Most of you probably know me, and if you are here, you're thinking about GCSE music. So I'm just going to walk you through the slides and give you an idea of why that might be a really good choice for you. So the first thing to notice or to note is that it's actually a way more intimate experience than Key Stage 3. Whether we're two classes of 16, one class of 16, or a class of 30, everyone in that room wants to be there. And it completely changes the way we get to interact with you, the way we get to teach, the pace at which we get to teach. And it gives us a lot more opportunity to be very specific to your needs as a group of children, um, because we can divide and conquer in terms of skill level there. Basically, the course consists of 3 parts. You're performing, so you do have to do something, play, sing, DJ, whatever that might be. You do have to perform something. That's 35% of your grade. 35% of your grade is composing. You do have to create 2 pieces of music. Most students choose to do that on computer, but there's nothing that says you have to. And then 30% is the listing exam. Now, on the exam, it is theory-based, but we teach you everything you need to know. It's lots of things like multiple choice, choosing what instrument is you're hearing, and that kind of thing. So, and it's one exam for everyone. So there are harder questions and there are easier questions because it's meant to challenge the whole range of abilities in that room. So, like I said, you have to perform something, but there's no real restrictions on what that something is, okay? Lots of people think you can't sing. Singing is definitely an instrument. You can sing. Drums, guitar, ukulele, piano. DJ, we have a current year 11 working through his DJ. We've not had a beatboxer yet, but we love the challenge. Any kind of bass, electric or upright, flute, tuba, violin, cello, whatever it is you play, French horn, trombone, saxophone, anything that makes a noise, you can generally play. Okay? Definitely there are levels of challenge there, so you can choose your own level of challenge, and we work you through that over the course of the 3 years. The ideal standard is a grade 3 standard, but by no means does that mean you have to be a grade 3, and by no means does that mean you have to have taken exams. We have a different set of standards from what like maybe your friends who take piano lessons have. There's not a set of exam pieces that you have to learn. It's just as teachers we have an understanding of like what a challenging piece is versus what is a slightly easier and what is an easy piece, and that's what gauges your level 1, 2, or 3. Okay? So you don't need to take lessons, although it is advised that if you do choose it, it's really helpful. And obviously we have loads of Perrys at school, so you're more than welcome. You get first choice there as well. We put you on the waiting list, and you get moved to the top of the waiting list and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of advantages to taking GCSE when it comes to taking Perry lessons. You definitely need to be keen to improve your skills. If you're like, I'm an okay ukulele player and I don't really care to get any better, that's probably not the best attitude to come in with. It might be that you're amazing and yeah, fine, you don't have to work at it, but you definitely still need to practice and engage, and there's ensemble elements and that kind of stuff that you might need to work on. So basically you need the passion to learn and play something, but what that something is entirely up to you. Okay, so things you need: passion, dedication, motivation, a will to improve, and most importantly, a love for music. I think that last one is really important. I think it speaks for itself. I don't think I need to explain it. You don't need any theory, okay? We teach you everything you need. It's certainly helpful if you have it, but by no means does it guarantee you an A, and by no means does it mean that you won't get an A if you don't have that theory background. In terms of composing, you can compose whatever style you want at GCSE, which is really fun. I've had kids do prog rock, math rock, film, classical, jazz. It really depends on your style, and we really encourage you to write for what you know. Okay, so if you spend your life listening to metal, that's probably going to be what we encourage you to write, and probably what you're going to enjoy composing. So that's really important there. The most of you probably haven't used Sibelius too much. It is normally our preferred use of composing, but it is by no means necessary. We can use BandLab, we can just use pen and paper, anything goes as long as we have a record of that composition. And we'll walk you through that as well. Alright, well I'm not going to read everything here, But I think what's really important, right in the middle there, in music we really believe in learning through doing or learning through playing. Okay, we do take notes. It's definitely more pen-based than Key Stage 3, but it's always paired with lots of playing or composing. So usually what the class will look like is maybe we'll play a little bit of a piece of music, and then we'll talk about what we've just played and how that piece of music is built, or what things we can pull out of it to inspire our own compositions and that kind of thing. Or maybe we listen to some music, we compare it orally, talking to one another, and then maybe we take some notes to go with that. That's the kind of thing we usually do. We've got 4 units of learning here. We've got our musical forms and devices, which we kind of cover like how the building blocks of music are put together. Then we've got pop music, where we have one set work that we study in there by the Stereophonics, I believe. And we look at a whole range of popular music styles. Okay, that's where your rock and roll and that kind of stuff is going to fall into play. Then we've got, in the blue there, we've got film music, okay? Really lovely topic to cover. It's a really great place to start with composition as well, so we usually do that. It's lots of looking at movies and thinking about what makes those soundtracks great. And then we've got, finally, music for ensemble. This is where we talk about musical theater, which will appeal to our drama people, some jazz, and Welsh music as well. And we don't spend too long on some of the ones we're less familiar with there, but certainly it's a really nice sort of overview of some of those genres. Okay? So in music, we also feel like introducing you to the world of creativity is also really important. We do lots of trips. We do lots of joint trips with drama, which is quite nice because often your friend groups tend to sort of roll in those similar sort of social circles. We have gone to the Royal Welsh Call before and listened to some jazz and some classical. We definitely jump on board with the drama trips, and we go for the musical side, and we analyze the musical side of what we hear in those musical theater concerts that we go to see. We have also brought in, there's loads of other stuff on there, you can read it yourselves, but I think another thing I'm quite proud of is that we bring in professional creative people. So recently we had the Careers Day, not this year obviously, but the one before. We had a composer, a sound engineer, and and then there's a theater person in there as well. But we really try to bring in people who actually do this for a living and get them to give you advice and make connections. Loads of our year 11s this year have actually made connections with those people and are going on to do work with those people when they are old enough to do work. So that's a really nice opportunity as well. It's not just about going and seeing these things. It's also about making connections. And don't forget, this is by no means everyone's going to go into music who takes GCSE. This is also a really fun subject. You don't use pens and paper in the same way. So we have a lot of opportunity to experience stuff that we might not in other subjects. So like I said, definitely not everyone who goes into a GCSE becomes some kind of musical person when they grow up. But here's a list of things you can do. And I think what's really important is, don't forget, music GCSE and all your GCSEs, they're stepping stones, right? They're not definitive. Even your university degrees, often you find people who don't go into the same field that they did their degree in. So take what you love, and if you love music, take it. That's the whole point. And you might find somewhere down the road that one of these careers actually is something maybe you want to do. You didn't realize it was a thing, and GCSE music will definitely help you get there. And we can really encourage you and give you the connections you need to do that. So we look forward to seeing you in the online chat team thing. And otherwise, have a lovely day, and hopefully we'll see you in GCSE music next year. Bye!